Hi friends, today we have Sagar here, who is one of our course enrolled students for the AI course, who has joined recently at Pratilipi, a very interesting startup about Indian languages, which uses a lot of story writing and also story reading on Indian languages. He joined there as a data scientist, primarily working on the recommendation systems team. Thank you, Sagar, for taking the time to share your journey with us.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
So just to give one more data point, Sagar graduated in BTech Computer Science in 2020 from Dr. Ambedkar Technical University. So yeah, so you're somebody with who graduated in 2020 in the peak of the pandemic,
Yeah,
then did a couple of internships and finally joined in a full-time role as a data scientist. So very
yeah,
good to see that
yeah,
students of 2020 batch are went through the rough patch and then they're back to where they would have been earlier. So good.
yeah. That's true. Yeah, but it won't have been possible without your guidance. Like it is all like that is a lot of effort that team and you are putting.
Cool.
So yeah, so
Yeah, I
without
think
that,
you joined us right after your BTech or about when you're about to complete your BTech, you
yeah,
joined
yeah,
the AA course and then you went through internships and then a full-time role through all the rough patch of the pandemic, which is, I
yeah,
mean, it's
right.
okay. As a fresher, you get to learn more through internships and you successfully transition to a full-time data
Yeah,
scientist role. That's always encouraging and good.
yeah,
So
yeah.
cool. So I had one question, Sagar, which is what were your interview experiences like as a fresher, somebody who graduated in 2020 at the peak of the pandemic? So can you walk us through as much detail as possible?
Okay, so I had given a couple of interviews, not only Pratilipi. So I'll be telling about like a general experience or a general trend of what experience says I've got.
Sure.
So initially they ask you tell me about yourself. So this is one question like which drives your whole interview. So you have to be very prepared about this question. You can write notes and all of that, but make sure you start very well. So this is a very key point. Like I would like everyone to make note of it. Like so prepare well this very first question, and then slowly they will start moving on to your resume. So all your questions will be directed according to your resume. So they will go through your projects, go through your internships that you have done, and slowly they'll start picking up one topic. They'll go into depth of it. Then they'll ask some other question. Then they'll go into depth of it. So that is the general procedure. Like almost every interview experience has taught me. And regarding the rounds, I would say there are 3 to 4 rounds in every interview. So first is the basic telephonic round. It is used for screening purposes, and at that time also, like you have to be very clear about your motives, of which job position you're applying to, of what role you are going to play there, what your experiences were. You should be able to tell the interviewer briefly in telephonic round. You must make an impact there. So that is about the telephonic interview. The next round comes is the screening round, where they will be asking you uh, about your experiences, that previous experiences, and also they will be gauging some depth of your basics. So your basic knowledge is tested here, and then comes the technical round, where they will go into depths of whatever the concepts you have learned so far, whatever the projects you have done so far, what was the motivation behind it, all these things. So yeah, so that is about the telephonic round. Sorry, technical round. And then comes the assignment. So these assignments can be very intensive. So you have sometimes in some cases you have a choice whether uh, uh, which in which you can tell that I will be completing this assignment in so and so many days. In some cases they will give you a deadline. So make sure you utilize this time very well, and try to solve that problem end to end. Like I'll like to point out here, like solving the case studies, like going through the case studies, uh, uh, right from the problem, identifying the problem statement to deploying that particular problem. That helped me a lot while solving these assignments. So that was one very, very important learning that I got from Applied AI course, that they won't be like the industry won't be testing you for doing model.fit. They'll be testing you from zero to like deploying that product to the users.
So each
So
of these
yeah,
assignments are very similar to the case studies that we solve, where we start from the business problem, go through the whole life cycle till productionization.
yeah, right. Yeah, so that even the assignments helped a lot. Assignments and case studies, they helped a lot, and they have like a major part of like a role in all the like whatever the milestone that I have achieved at present.
No, no, you put in the effort and you deserve the full credit because you put in a lot of effort. I saw some of your
Yeah,
assignments and the self case studies that you've done. So a lot of
yeah,
effort went into it, and that translates to results, obviously.
yeah,
Probably you had a rough patch right after your graduation because of all the downturn, but if
yeah,
you consistently put in effort, things will always
yeah.
go in the right direction eventually, right?
Yeah. You had posted one video like uh, right when the pandemic started, and you said that even you graduated in right at the peak of pandemic. So that was a booster.
Yeah, that was the last financial crisis. I
Yeah,
graduated in a financial crisis. Yeah.
yeah. So even that was like a very major boost up for me, and that since then, like I have been like working really hard towards like
Very good, very good.
getting good at
That's
what
the spirit. That's the spirit of, I think, the 2020 batch. Like, these are great life lessons that you can brag to your grandchildren 40, 50 years down the line. So cool. So
That's true.
I
That's
had
true.
so one more round.
Yeah.
You haven't discussed about it. I think you discussed
Yeah.
about
Uh,
telephonic, technical, assignment. You said one more round.
yeah. So there's HR round. So there they will discuss about there they'll discuss about like whether you are right fit for that particular company or that particular startup. So at that during these rounds, you have to be very, very clear. Like, are you willing to work in that company's culture, in that company's uh, they have some set of like visions for the company. Do you share those similar visions? So I would suggest like go through these visions, go through these cultural aspects before applying to the company, because you will be tested on these. You should be the right person to like you should fit in that culture well. So that is one key learning that I got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So Amazon has something called Amazon Leadership Principles.
yeah,
Similarly, I think every company has it now.
yeah,
Pratilipi, what I really loved about the company is they have about 2 crore or 20 million readers who read stories and write stories in various languages of India, because that's something that is almost not very active. But I was surprised when I saw that there are 2 crore readers who are reading in languages like Telugu, Malayalam, Tamil, all of
yeah,
these. And I'm sure you'll have a great experience doing recommendation systems with so many languages.
yeah.
Cool, cool.
Yeah, yeah,
So, a couple of more questions about the interviews. You said they would
yeah.
go into the depth of it. So, can you give us a sample of questions about what you were asked in terms of depth, not just at Pratilipi, but in your whole experiences?
Okay. One question which I faced in almost all of the interviews, I had one project of image segmentation. So that I had done in as my final year project. So during that time, I did not know like what were the skip connections.
So, were
So I,
your questions more like, why do we have skip connections
yeah,
in a
yeah,
CNN architecture?
yeah, right. So that was it, and like, how did you? One other project was pothole detection. So so at that, so they asked me end to end, like, how did you begin? Like, what was the process of data cleaning and all that? Like, what model you use and what were the metrics that you looked at for checking if model is working or not. So all these points, pretty much what you discuss in the case studies. So so you should be able to tell a story. I would say, like in an interview, you should be able to tell a story.
Based on the whole life cycle of the
Yeah,
project.
yeah.
Got it, got
So
it.
yeah,
So, what was your learning strategy through the whole applied AA course, given that you started the course sometime in your final semester, right, of your
yeah,
B, and your
yeah,
exams got delayed, all of that stuff? So, what
yeah.
was
Right.
your learning strategy been to cover most of the course and to learn most out of it?
Okay. Before telling that, I'll just give a little background. So I had taken like lot of courses for machine learning and for deep learning, all that. But like when I started doing this, like I understood like it's like very very deep. I would say like there's a lot of depth to what I learned, and yeah. So as I started it, like first 3 months were basically revolving around probability. So it took a lot of time. I also had mailed team that uh, am I on track, like it is taking a lot of time, and like will I be able to complete time on course. So yeah, it takes time, but probability was very key chapter or key section, I would say, in the whole course, because that built foundation for like next modules. So yeah, so the first 3 months went for probability, the statistical tests that we have, the distributions which we have. So those 3 months were very very like hectic. I used to give like around 8 hours uh, a day when I did not have any college preparations or exams. So yeah, so that was like my planning. I did not have a fixed plan, but I knew that I had to complete so and so parts, and at the end of some particular section, I would complete the assignment. So if I complete, say, naive base, if there is assignment pointing to that particular section, I would just go there and I would solve it. So that was my. I used to switch between courses and assignments. So I did not.
That's a good
Yeah.
strategy. Learn concepts, solve the assignment. Learn concepts, go to the assignment, back and forth.
Yeah. Okay. So that was regarding the course assignments and the course material. So earlier I used to like I'll tell you like when I began the course, that at that time itself, like within a week or so, YOLO V3 live session was launched. So that was like very very uh, interesting, and I had just completed my image segmentation project, and immediately like there was a very similar architecture that was being explained in this video. So yeah, so like this was very nice thing which I noticed, and uh, that it inspired me a lot to complete the course and see the live videos and all. So yeah, I used to watch live videos as and when time permitted, because I had to also work on the course material. So yeah, so those 3 months are passed, and later on, modeling part come, like algorithms come in, naive Bayes and KNN and all those algorithms, supervised learning algorithms. So for that, I would say the main factor was real life case studies, which is present at end of every algorithm. So so that was like very very important. So what I did was, uh, I used to prepare notes, and when I used to reach that real life case studies, there was a whole summary of like what was taught in the previous lectures. So I made an Excel sheet out of it, and I wrote a comparison of each algorithm. So there was say KNN, what it is used for, geometric intuition behind it, mathematical derivation if there exists, and then what it is used for, some interview questions, time and space complexity. So I made comparison of each algorithm on this Excel sheet using these points.
The pros and cons, what will
Yeah,
happen if there are outliers, all of those cases, you probably added it in there.
yeah, even hyperparameters, and what happens if we increase the value of hyperparameters and
Okay.
decrease. So that particular like comparison of every algorithm was there, and it really helped me in like preparing for my interviews. So so what would happen is, you cannot go through all the notes before the interview. You have to have some compact material before you
Like a cheat
go.
sheet. So you made a cheat sheet for yourself of
Yeah,
all
yeah.
algorithms.
Yeah, right.
Cool, Sagar. Thank you very much for taking the time and sharing your journey with us. I'm sure this will help a lot of BTech students or students who have just graduated from BTech on how to plan their next 1 year of learning and journey, especially with special focus on solving problems end to end. That's a very important point that you raised. So thank you very much for your time.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thank you, sir.